The Podbreed Network is strictly for the small podcasts that are up and coming in the vast world of podcasting. Podbreed is made up of many diverse podcasts coming together to achieve the same goal of being the best damn podcast network on the planet. Find out more at podbreed.com.
This is Kirk Franklin, and I just want to say these damn kids don't appreciate shit. You just had to whoop their ass and kick them on their fucking neck and knock their motherfucking ass out. I'm sorry. I apologize. This is Kirk Franklin. You listen to the X and Y show.
The opinions expressed on the X and Y show are the sole opinions of the host. Please note, there is no intentional desire to offend any member of the listening audience. With that said, if you still feel offended, tough shit.
It's time for the X and Y show with your host, Mr. Roosevelt. He talks about man topics, lady topics, and relationships. He talks about love, sex, and infidelities. He even gives good tips. There is no other show that compares to the X and Y show.
Oh yeah. Sit back, take your clothes off, and relax. It's time for the X and Y show, where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. The only place on the planet that tackles the topics that everyone wants to talk about, but no one is brave enough to address. Nothing escapes X and Y, baby. Now, here's your host, Roosevelt Colbert.
And greetings. Welcome to another segment of the X and Y show, and I'm your host, Roosevelt. And I am a little late this week. I am. It's been kind of hard to keep up lately with these holidays. This year going out more, and I guess because this time last year, we was bottled up and shit. I mean, people still were going out, but we really shouldn't have. So, this year I'm kind of showing out, going out on a Monday and Tuesdays and shit. And I usually didn't do that unless it was cold, like when I lived in Atlanta and Jersey and somewhere else I lived where it was cold. When it's cold, that's when I get out. I get out in the wintertime. Find me a nice little pub with I remember Atlanta had this British pub, and they had a fireplace. And boy, that place, and they would set that fire and the women would eat that shit up, and you just sit there and just pussy just came to you. And that was a long time ago. I wouldn't do that now. Actually, I would. When I do buy a house, it has to have a fireplace. Because that's like extra amenity. That fireplace is just anyway. So I'm in Florida and it's not cold, but I'm still going out during the week and shit. So I don't know what the fuck going on. I guess I'm going making up from last year. I don't know, but I'm doing this episode a little late. Probably do a bonus episode for Thanksgiving. Just to wrap to you a little bit on Thanksgiving dinner with your families and friends and stuff. And so that'll be coming out probably Wednesday. So look out for that. And without further ado, let's get into the letters. First one is from Carol. Carol says, my boyfriend wants to have anal sex with me. I am not comfortable with doing that. He has been completely unsupportive to me and trying to almost force me to do it. What should I do? Well, Carol, I think that's a bad sign. If your boyfriend knows that you don't like to do something, or you communicated to him that you're not comfortable in doing a certain act, and he's still trying to get you to do it, then that's a red flag, if you ask me. So if you get married to this motherfucker, years down the road, he's still trying to fuck you in the ass, and what can you say? You can't say anything because you married him. So what's next? He might want you to put his friend Dick in your mouth. Who knows? He might, I know that's going to the extreme, but he might do something else or request something else that you're not comfortable with. And, I think that's a big red flag. So I think you should probably reassess your relationship with this guy. I don't know how long you guys have been going out, but that's a red flag. If my girlfriend told me that she don't want to do a certain act or not comfortable with, when you say the word comfortable, that tells me that something happened. I might be wrong, but it's not like you didn't say you don't want to do it. You say you're not comfortable doing it. So it tells me maybe something is wrong. Something happened with you in your earlier childhood that you're not comfortable doing that. I don't know. I'm just guessing. But the bottom line is you don't want to do it. So your boyfriend should respect that. Me personally, if my girlfriend told me she didn't want to do anything, that's a no. And, I would respect that. Years ago, I had a girlfriend and she didn't believe in pleasing me orally. She didn't want to suck my dick. And I respected that, Now I dumped her ass. Cheating myself, shit. But I respected her. I think that was fair. She told me she didn't want to suck my dick, or she don't suck dick, and I want my dick sucked. So I think that, I realized that we weren't compatible. I wasn't going to sit there and force, you going to suck my dick. You going to suck my dick. Then. No, I don't even want it like that. And your boyfriend shouldn't want it like that. He knows you're uncomfortable. He shouldn't want to fuck you in the ass knowing that you're not enjoying it. And, me personally, I didn't want to put my dick in a woman's mouth and she's not enjoying it. She's just doing it because, she have to. No. So, I broke that shit off. Fuck that. I'm not going to beg you to suck my dick. But, so Carol, I think that's a big red flag. I think you should reassess that relationship. Maybe you should get rid of him now. Because what else he's going to ask you to do that you're not comfortable with? So it's just my 2 cents. Next letter is from Ken. Ken, how's Barbie? I couldn't resist. Ken says my girlfriend likes when I go down on her, or likes me to go down on her. 2 oral sex questions. Let me be straight. She only takes 1 shower a day. Oh, shit. And it smells. Yeah. She wait a minute, I lost my place. Okay, before we met, she only took showers every other day. Because of this, I don't like doing oral sex on her because the smell is unbearable. What should I do? Well, Ken, I think that the best way that what you should do when you go down, just hold your breath. Let me stop. I'm sorry, Ken. I'm sorry. I shouldn't be cracking jokes and shit, you know. Oh, my goodness. This is serious. You know, I've done numerous episodes on hygiene, and I just don't get it. That's one of my pet peeves. Right after smoking. Actually, before smoking. You know, a woman that don't bathe her ass. There's no excuse for that. And, you know, I lived in places. I lived in Alaska, you know, where there's a lot of people that believe that, you know, they want to save water, so they don't bathe their ass every other day, or every 2 days. And that's disgusting. Get the fuck out of here. We don't live in a third world country. Wash your ass. You know. And there's no excuse for that, you know, and it's fucking disgusting. It's lazy, sorry, you know. And Ken, you know, I know she's your girlfriend, so if she's not washing her ass now, when you get married, it's probably gonna get worse, because she got a ring on her finger now, so she can go back to bathing her ass every other day or worse. You know, you guys have kids. You're like, fuck it, I just do it once a week. So that's something you can't. I mean, you can communicate to a person, you know, that you smell, you know, and you can be nice to them. You know, the smell is unbearable. You can communicate with them in a nice manner, but that's something that, you know, you can't change. They have to change. If a person don't want to bathe their ass, no matter what you say, they're not going to change. You know, you can tell them, honey, you stink, and why don't you take a shower, and blah, blah, blah. And it doesn't mean anything. If they don't want to wash their asses, they're not going to wash their asses. And I think when a person grows up that way, it's damn near impossible to turn that around. That's just them. That's just where it is. I had a girl back in Atlanta, and pretty girl, damn. And she had a hairy pussy too. And, you know, as I got to know her better, I realized she only bathes her ass once a day. And she did it in the morning times. She didn't even do it before bed. So, you know, she bathes her ass in the morning. She went to work, you know, around people coming up to you, talking and in your face. You know, had the people that you talk to, they spitting on you and shit. So she go through all of that and go in the grocery store and just got all that shit on her, and she come home and hop her ass in the bed. And it took me about a month or two to realize that this motherfucker ain't bathing. So I asked her one day, I said, how many showers you take a day? Oh, I only take one. If it's the wintertime, just once every other day. And I was just, you know, I was trying to hide it on my face, but I was thinking like, shit, this relationship is over. You know, because she said it proudly, like, you know, what's the problem? So I knew there was nothing I could say that was going to change her mind or her actions. So I hated to stop seeing her because, like I said, she was pretty and she had a hairy pussy. I mean, she was everything I wanted physically. But, hygiene is important. Hygiene is important. You want a woman that's physically attractive. You want a woman that's intellectual, attractive, and shit, you want a woman that's believe in hygiene. That's important. So Ken, it's not going to get any better. If you marry this girlfriend, what's going to happen? It's going to get worse. She's really not going to bathe her ass then. And then if you marry her, what can you say? What can you say? Because she was like that before you guys got married. And she probably will say that. You knew how I was before we got married. So what's the problem now? And she'll be right. So Ken, you have two choices. You either put up with it, you go down, hold your breath, or in a relationship, one of the two. Because she's not going to change. She's not going to change. If anything, if you get married, if you get older, it's going to get worse. She's going to start bathing her ass every other day again, or even worse. So you have those two choices: in a relationship, or just put up with it. Hold your breath. All right. Let's get into this week's episode. This week's episode is, would you move for a loved one? Would you move for a loved one? I asked this question because, I was thinking the other day, because the city that I'm in now, I don't like. Not for long term, It's just not my flavor. It's better than Miami though. I guess I shouldn't say that because I hate Miami, so that'd be. But anyway, this is not a place that I would want to stay for the rest of my life. Definitely, I'd be miserable. But I was thinking about the other day. I was talking to one of my friends when I was in the Navy. And he asked me, is there any women there? How do the women look? And I said, yeah, okay, but it's not like Atlanta. It's not like Jersey. It's not like Philly, where you got so many fish, in the ocean. Here's like those cities, it's an ocean. You got so many fish. Here's like a lake. There's only so many few fish. And a lot of them already have mates. So, it's a little different here, when it comes to that. But he asked me, Dan, you going to stay there? I said, hell no. I'm probably going to be getting out of here in probably a year. And I'm trying to decide where I'm either going back to Atlanta or somewhere in North Carolina, maybe Charlotte. And that's going to be the final stop. So he asked me, what if you meet someone that you really dig? She's everything you like in a woman, everything you want, but, she's not going anywhere. Like he made an example, like what if she's a doctor, she already has a successful career here in this city, she's not leaving, but she's everything you want in a woman. She likes you and, everything. What would you do? And, I never thought about that. That actually happened to me when I lived in Alaska. I was dating this native woman, Yupik. And we kind of broke up because, I wasn't staying in Alaska, because she wasn't. Rarely you meet Native Alaskans outside anywhere else than Alaska. You might find a few of them in Oregon and, Seattle, places like that. Maybe a few, like 0.2% or some shit. But they don't leave Alaska because, they have to be cold. So she wasn't coming anywhere else. Even Atlanta get hot as fuck in the summertime. So she wasn't coming anywhere other than Alaska. So if I was going to get with her, I would have to stay in Alaska. And that's something I didn't want to do. I still have family over here, and it would have been a lot harder for them to come see me in Alaska. So I didn't want to do that. And so, we broke it off mainly because of that, but I was younger back then. I still had time to fuck around. But now, older, more mature. If, a woman that or I should say a woman, a woman for me, but a woman or a man, a man for a woman, but a special person that comes along that is perfect for you is like, that's a once in a lifetime kind of thing. Especially if you're older. So, would you make that sacrifice to be with them? Would you forget about your plans and make the sacrifice to be with that person? And I had to ask myself, damn, would I? The politically correct answer, oh yeah, of course I wouldn't. But I don't know. I don't know if I would. She would have to really be special. I don't know. It's 50-50. I don't know. That's hard. That's hard. It really is. Because, I don't want to stay here. And if I had to stay here, I would be miserable. But if I met a woman and we had kids and family and stuff, who knows? I might get happy. I don't see that. But that would be a chance that I would have to take. And I thought about, would I be willing to take that chance? And I had to really think about that. I still don't know if I would really do that. How many of you would, if your husband or your wife, say that, honey, I got a job in Denver and you lived in Florida, right? And that person, the job that they took in Denver is a big job. It's like they're making six figures and, really start bringing in some dough. And a lot of you always, say that money isn't everything, but that's bullshit. The fuck out of here with that. Money isn't everything. Every time a motherfucker say that dumb shit, I label them as a stupid motherfucker. I don't even want to be around somebody that say money isn't everything. Yes, it is. Shit. Fuck that. Money is a lot. It's not everything, but it's a lot of it. It's a lot of it. I don't give a fuck what nobody says. Oh, money is not everything. You can't be. Money doesn't bring happiness. Bullshit. Shit. Bank account with a lot of zeros make me happy. Shit. I don't want to hear that shit. Half the people get divorces because of money and finances. So don't tell me it don't mean anything. So what would you do if your husband or your wife got a job, somewhere else that's remote, but it's going to be financially more beneficial to your family? Would you follow him or her? Right? And the natural thing is, in society, it's more natural for the woman to follow the man. But, as women becoming more, well, not becoming, they are more educated. And a lot of women are simply the breadwinners of the family. So a lot of times women are out earning their husbands. So it could be the other way around as well. So you can ask men, would you follow your wife to Denver, to be better financially off? Would you? Or would you follow your, and I say your husband or your wife because, your boyfriend and girlfriend, you don't really owe them anything. I know I wouldn't follow a girlfriend. Fuck that. She's just a girlfriend. You can break up. That shit is temporary. I'm talking about for some more long term. So if you're married, would you follow your husband or your wife? And a lot of things come into play. If you're a guy, I'm saying theoretically, if you're a guy and you're moving to another place, you're going to be better off financially. You're making a lot more money. You can buy a bigger house. You can buy more cars. You can live better. But maybe your wife, and if you move from Florida to Denver, your wife, her family is here. Her family is in Florida. So she, her parents are elderly. She don't want to leave the state of Florida to go to Denver. And she doesn't care how much money you'll be making. What then? It gets interesting. What would you do? And, and then it's really kind of sad because a lot of marriages are breaking up because of this shit. Finances. So don't tell me that money isn't important. Money is breaking up a lot of marriages. And if that guy says, okay, I'm not going to Denver. I'll stay here in Florida. Instead of making $250 in Denver, I'll stay here in Florida and make, 40, let's just say. Because, his wife don't want to go and he don't want to break up his family, right? But what happens? He stays here making a lot less money, so he becomes resentful towards his wife. And eventually maybe his family. And he becomes a miserable person to be around, because he's always saying, what if I would have gone? I could have been making $250. I'm still making $40. And then he becomes more resentful to his wife. And next thing you know, they get a divorce. So, and like I said, it can happen both ways. The wife could say, honey, I need to go to Denver. Or, I'm just saying Denver because it's far away. It could be LA, some shit. I need to go because I can have a job set up. I'm going to make six figures, and maybe the husband, he's working at Coca-Cola. He's not making a whole lot of money, but he's good. So he don't want to leave. Then what? He's going to drop his job at Coca-Cola? Follow his wife across country? Maybe. Maybe not. And it could be more things than financial. It could be dreams. What if your wife wants to be an actress and she's in Miami? She ain't going to be getting to work, trust me. She got to go to LA or maybe New York. So she's going to come in one day and maybe say, honey, my agent said, that, he has 3 jobs lined up for me and I really need to be in LA. We have to move. What would you do? Would you move for your loved one? Would you make sacrifice for your loved one? Or how big of a sacrifice would you make? And that's something I never thought about until, me and my boy was talking the other day. Like, damn, if I meet a woman, would I stay here? And don't get me wrong, I don't hate this place as much as I did Miami. But I still don't like it. And for me to stay here, I don't know, because, I would hate to be in a predicament where I'm resenting my wife, even though she's the perfect woman and perfect and what I've been looking for and all of this, but she made me stay here. So I might be resentful to her later on in the future. Because, she made me stay in this fucking place. And I wanted to leave. I don't know. Like I say, maybe, priorities change. Maybe, we have a family, may have kids and get 2 dogs and shit. And I would say, well, this place not so bad. But that's a chance I have to take. Would I take that chance? Would you take that chance? Would you move for a loved one? Would you move for financial reasons? What would it take for you to move? Financial reasons? Or just emotional? What would it take? Or would anything get you to move? What would make you happy? To stay or to go and support your husband or your wife? Would you go to make them happy? It's a lot of things you have to think about. But the question is, would you? Would you move if you had to? Anyway, hope you enjoyed this week's episode. Be sure to catch my bonus episode Wednesday night, Thanksgiving Eve. I'm going to be drinking. I'll be off the next day. Oh, shit. Wednesday night, yeah. Shit. This damn. I got to leave this whiskey alone. So Wednesday night will be a bonus episode for Thanksgiving. I'm off the next day, so, I'm going to give you a bonus episode. I'm going to rap to you a little bit about the Thanksgiving holidays and being with family and friends and being blessed. So I just want to rap to you a little bit, so look out for that. Also, get you a t-shirt on the site, the website, www.thexyshow.com. You can find everything there. You can find my social media. I'm on Twitter, Tumblr, Instagram, and Facebook. And you can find everything on my site, as well as old episodes that you may have missed. Be sure to take a picture of your shirt. I got some stuff I got to put on my Instagram. I'm going to put up some stuff over the holidays, probably Friday. So you can see on my Instagram, a couple of people bought shirts. One young lady sent me a shirt and very nice. This just put it something I can't post on Instagram, but she did send me some good ones that I can't post. So, that is it. So I will see you again Wednesday. I don't think I will do a show this Friday because that's the day after Thanksgiving. I'm gonna be getting a Christmas tree and shit. So, because I'll be home. So I will see you the week after and record my new episode then. So I will see you later. I will see you Wednesday. Be sure to check me out before you get too full of eggnog. And that's it. Before I go, I want you to always remember that you cannot have love without X and Y. Later.
You've been listening to The X and Y Show with your host, Roosevelt Colbert, the place where real relationship issues are talked about and addressed. Join us next time. You can now put your clothes back on. Or not.